In this video, we are going to talk about what a keylogger is and give a short demonstration for what a keylogger is and how it looks like and what it does. What are the executions for it? Before we get into the video, there's a short disclaimer that I want to put, is that this video and this whole program is only designed for educational and security research purpose. It's not designed for someone of you to pick the code and do some harmful things, or it's not at all for you to do something wrong, and I highly discourage you to do such things as well. It's just that you can learn what a keylogger is, and if you want to try it out in your own environment, in your own safe environment, you can just pick up the execution and just follow along the video and try it yourself and understand what a keylogger does. So yeah, let's get into the video. So in this video, what we are going to do is we just going to take the keylogger, see what it does, see all the visuals of what it does, and understand how the keylogger is. We will gain all the information, and then we will run this into our virtual environment, and then through there we see different steps that we will cover in this video. Just a quick tip: if you also want to follow along and if you want to do this video or do this project yourself, make sure that you do it in an isolated environment. Like you can do it in your home lab or in a virtual machine, and just do not do it or do not execute these things in your personal computer, just for your own for security reasons. So yeah, before we get into the whole thing, let's just in general talk about a keylogger and how bad effects that it has, basically. So like a keylogger, it's a malicious software, or it can be also a hardware device, and it's designed and monitor, it's designed to record and monitor your keystrokes. So keystrokes, anything that you type basically is a keystroke that you do, someone does it on a keyboard. So it captures every keystroke. It includes your password, it includes credit card numbers, it includes personal messages, every other sensitive information, be it anything that you type. It logs in to its system and then captures it. And this is basically it's a collected data, which we'll see how it's collected and how it can be sent to someone. So it's typically stored locally, so in your own computer drive, and then it's sent to a remote server. So there are many disadvantages and things that it can do harm. Is that the first and the most important one is privacy invasion. There's also data theft that happens. There can be identity theft with all the information that someone gains. There's security breach, obviously, that someone can gain access to all your systems through the username and password that you type in the keylogger. And usually it's quite difficult to detect because they operate in stealth mode, as we can say. And it's quite, in general, it's very difficult for a conventional antivirus software to detect. I think nowadays there are many good antivirus softwares, so there's a possibility that it can be detected. But just in case, if you're if the keystroke is designed with a custom signature, I think it is quite difficult to get it detected. So definitely when we talk about how to protect it, it's very the main thing is have really good antivirus systems and softwares, and just keep on making sure that your OS is updated. It's all the applications are updated. Make sure that this also connected to phishing as well. So there are many keyloggers executables which are downloaded through a phishing email, which says, okay, there's something, you can download this, and then it just gets downloaded, and the executable then it just exists in your local drive. There are also certain amount of useful things which it can do, and I think it is often also used. So normally the most common usage of it is for employee monitoring, which obviously with consent, but it happens in some companies under certain regulations. It definitely exists. There's also for user experience testing that it happens. Many use it for password recovery as well. So, and I think like it's quite new, but or usually like for computer security and forensics. Like I have not dived deep into this particular topic, but it's usually used by cybersecurity professionals, and I think it's like it's an advanced level of like using the keylogger for. But yeah, most important thing is that the useful cases only happen with consent, obviously. So yeah, a lot of talking. Let's get into the main thing, or like the demonstration of it. So like if you want to follow along, like make sure that you have Visual Studio with you. So just go on Visual Studio on this link. I will also provide this link in the description. And when you download, just make sure that you click the community version, and like it will just download the executable, and then you can install it. And while installing, make sure that here, like when it's installing, make sure that you click the .NET desktop development. Just check this and then click on install. And once this is done, you can like basically you can run the code. And to get the code, you can go on this link. Like it's my GitHub link. I will also put this in the description, and you can just download this whole zip file, and then probably, and you can see, and then just like make sure that you extract, like, and then you just go here and then click on this .sln file like here, and then your Visual Studio will open up. So for me it's already open, and then like the whole project open up, and you go and click on program.cs, and all you have to do is for execution just click on start. So once you start, just click on start, your keylogger executable starts working. And afterwards, like everything that you type, let's just go on Notepad, and from here, like everything that's a person types, it's logged in. So whatever we are typing, if you click on enter, it clicks on return. Like let's say if we delete something, there's the backstroke, and it says back. Press any special key, you can see like it shows like with the person click control key and the L key, and like, and then that's how you click on the special keys. And then yeah, can be just randomly whenever you type, everything just gets logged in this point. So for an example, let's say someone goes into the banking account, and then types the username, types the password, and logs in. So what you will see is that everything here gets logged on, that whatever the person typed, and then that it's somehow your details are known to this person. And like you can also click on your, like let's say here someone goes, for an example, just like we are on an Amazon website, and someone types their card number, like it's their card number space their CVV, then the month and year, and the name of the person, something like this, and you will see that everything gets executed here. So that's basically how Keylogger works. Now what you will see here is like this thing like mail sending. So that's when we talk about this small code here. Like that's what you have to just keep in mind while we are doing this executable. or like if you want to try it yourself, is that what we do is we take this key, whatever we have logged in, so the keylogger, whatever it stores, we send this to an email address. So like I just created a test email. You can also create a test email and like the password and everything, and so it's stored in my log, and then the archive log, it is the one which gets sent. So the thing here what you see include log as attachment. So if you want, for some reason you want the email to also contain the attachment, like you can click it through, and here like the 300, it's like the max length of your whole log. So what you can see, like here, like there are some emails that I like basically from before, from test, and all you can see is that here you get the whole log once the size reaches 300. So for this, like if you want to check, you can do is wherever it's stored. So here when you see like this, the size when it reaches 300, it saves into the log archive and then sends it. So now let's just go again into Notepad and let's just start typing, and you'll see that here like somehow it's getting logged in. Just press it, and then this also has the code here. And the moment we reach 300, it sends the email. So what you would have seen is that it just quickly fluctuates and then sends, and then we have a new email here as well. So one short tip when you want to like just test this code out, what you have to keep in mind is that the email password that you choose, it won't be the password that you created for this email address. What you have to do is you have to go and then initially go in for your account. You have to enable the two-factor authentication, and the two-factor authentication menu, when you go, just scroll down, and at the end it says app passwords, and here like you have to like create, like just say, and just name anything, and then you have to create, like just probably have to, you will be also asked to confirm your actual password, and once you do this, like, and then it gives you the app password for your device. So this is like, it's a prerequisite which is required, and also like it's this new change. I think it happened from 2022. Before there was an option where you could just go and click on like use Gmail for less secure apps, and you just click on this option and then it works. But now as there's like more security, this is the new version of it. So what you have to do is just select this and use this password in your executable program in the code here. And yeah, as I mentioned, you can always like decide if you want to change this to true and then have an attachment in general. You can also reduce this size, because then like you get emails more often, and like you can check it easily, like you don't have to type so long. So now when we see this, like you always notice that you see this black box, this command prompt which runs, and if you don't want to see this, all you have to do is you have to go click on the main program here, go on properties, and like here just click Windows application, and once you click on Windows application, you have to go click on build solution, and just click on run. So what you will notice now is that it's running, but you don't see the black box, so no one gets to know that there's the executable working. And for this, like, let's just notice here that we have 5 emails, and let's go and type just some random things, and once you will see that once it reaches the size 300, which we could have also changed, which would have been better. So the moment it reaches 300, you see that we have a new email coming in. So, and then if in case you want to use this in, let's say, for your use this executable and see it in a different home lab, in a different environment, only for education purpose, like as I already mentioned, what you have to do is you have to go from here, you have to go to the file section and into the executable of where this is stored. So now we will do that. So for seeing where your executable is, and like all you have to do is you just go on here and click on open folder in file explorer in bin, and in debug you will see that here is your application or the exe file. You can use this exe file and put it in different virtual machine or different sandbox method and then test it out as well. Or what you can do is you can just go on task scheduler and then basically just go on click on the create task, and then like you can select when the user logged on, or like you just give it different triggers that you want, like you can put a new trigger and then like action, and then add in all the things like add a new action saying like you browse to the exe file and then click OK, that when the user logs in the executable starts running. And this is how you can do. So one last thing, like when we talk about, as we have talked about, as it's malicious, what you can do for detection, or like in general, as it's quite difficult, there's possibility that you can still detect it and still figure it out. Can be, sometimes not, because it has custom signatures, but just in case if it doesn't, or it has been logged in malicious by in other places, it's also possible. Like you can just go on choose file, when you click here, click on upload, and then you see that like how much its ranking is. So like I think VirusTotal, like if you know about security, like VirusTotal is a place where you can figure out every file, everything, like hash values, everything that exists, like if it's malicious or not. Like you get a score for it. Like here you can see, and it's quite visible that it is malicious, and it's been flagged. Like this flag is filed malicious by 46 security vendors, and like in some it didn't, but most of it did. And I think it depends which theme they are using for the detection method, and can be like this, as it also has a custom signature. Can be this does not detect it, but most of it does. This was the video about what a keylogger is and how a keylogger works, and all its malicious wrongdoings that it can do. So like just make sure, what's really important is that you have a really strong antivirus which can detect, even if it's a custom signature. I think good antivirus, and like the ones which are really good ones, they still can detect it, and that you keep yourself protected from these things.